Jerry Delemus. Before you speak, Jerry, I just want to remind everyone we are filling out cards this evening, so if anyone has the intention of speaking during public input, this is your last opportunity to fill out the cards. So again, if you want to speak this evening and you have not filled out a card, please do so now. With that, I will turn it over to you, sir. Good evening.
Thank you, TJ. Good evening, Mayor and City Councilors. I put two items on my card. The first I'll be very brief on was in an economy, an economic condition that our state and our city and our federal and our country is in, where we don't have, where capital is a problem, where we're actually in Rochester holding back raises on public sector employees. We're trying to cut spending in every way. I think it's ludicrous for us to spend $9,000 on helping anybody out on any campaign stop. I wouldn't do it for Romney, nor would I do it for the president. I think it's wrong-headed, and it's great to be charitable with other people's money. I don't think this was a good idea. I want to get to my main focus here is on the Granite State Futures. Is in the beginning of their Granite State Futures on their lead page, Nashville is the hub of the Granite State Futures, and it says in there, New Hampshire, its regions, municipalities joining forces with an ambitious 3-year program led by New Hampshire's 9 regional planning commissions. Those are the NPCs that Tom Flaherty was talking about. It says, and they're looking at decisions about transportation, land use, economic development, resource management, housing, public health, energy, cultural, however that fits, historic, and natural resources. I've got a number of issues with this. One is we're the live free or die state. Why would we give up our property rights to anybody? What we're doing is we're taking our property rights, giving those over to a bunch of unelected people in planning department, planning commissions, who are going to actually be answering to Nashville instead of actually answering to HUD. And then giving them the right with police authority if in fact you have a code violation. If you have a code violation and you don't take care of that code violation, they can actually bring the police in your property. There was an instance in the Midwest, I believe it was, where there was a guy doing home Bible studies. You might have heard about it on the news, and then they brought the police in and arrested the guy for doing the Bible studies at his home. Well, what they didn't show you on most of that was that there were, I believe it was 15 planning agents, people from the city, who went in, building inspectors and all ahead of that. And that's where they got their enforcement right for that, is they went to the planning department and then used the police because they needed that ability to be able to arrest that man and then put him in jail for, I think it was 60 days, and he's actually a pastor. So that's the type of thing that comes out of this. When you want to give up our property rights, our sovereignty as citizens in New Hampshire, all I can say is don't tread on me. The second paragraph on Granite State Futures talks about involving the public, and if that's the case, why they hire a PR firm that's going to push this? Their stated objectives are, there's a number of them: protect New Hampshire's unique beauty and character, identify local assets that are important to the lasting prosperity of our communities, regions, and state. Here's an interesting one: capitalize on incorporate shared values. And I don't know what that is. What are our shared values that they want to get their nose in? This almost sounds like not only planning but social engineering going on. And opportunities including in existing plans and research for plans, public infrastructure investment through an open and transparent process. If that is anything like the NSP that Mr. Ortman brought in, a group that he was formerly on the board of directors, and we gave away I don't know how many millions of dollars to, who actually basically looted the NSP program, in my estimation, and then and ran it into the hole. I don't think we need that. And I believe that Mr. Ortman is also involved, if I remember right, on here, so he should probably recuse himself, because he didn't let you guys know at the last meeting that he is the vice chair of the New Hampshire Housing Finance Authority, which the NHFA is a partner in the Granite State Futures. I've got a problem with when I watched the NSP program come down. I spoke to all of you and most of you here, and I said it was a mistake. but the city council voted to take the money the first time. It proved to be a mistake. And you were wise enough to realize that and didn't go back to that well again. There's some other issues on here. The statewide work sessions and organizational meetings, they're having one on August 21st that's climate change, and it's put on by the Energy Task, whose task is TASC, is Technical Advisory Subcommittees, and their appointments are made by the Granite State Futures Executive Committee. So they're all appointed, they put on these meetings, and then they push the information out to the people who attend those meetings. I suppose I'm out of time. I would just urge you not to sign us up to that, because you're not just signing Rochester up to it, you're signing each individual property owner in the city up to that. Thank you.
Thank you.
GrokTV.